For what, the last 20 years or so, the rules for getting found online have been pretty straightforward. But that's all changing. Right now, there's a huge shift happening that's basically flipping the script on everything we thought we knew about search. We're moving away from search engines and into the era of answer engines. And the playbook? It's being totally rewritten.
And look, this isn't some sci-fi future we're talking about. According to Gartner, by 2026, which is just around the corner, traditional search engine volume is expected to drop by a massive 25%. And why? Because AI chatbots and other tools are starting to just give us the answers directly.
You can imagine this shift is causing some, let's say, serious anxiety. I saw this quote on Reddit in the SEO community, and it really hits home. For websites built on providing info and answers, this user called it a potential killer of the business. People are definitely worried, and honestly, they have every right to be.
And it's not just talk on forums. This same anxiety is popping up in boardrooms and client calls everywhere. SEO pros are all saying, yep, this is a top concern. This isn't just a theory anymore. It's a real-world business problem that creators and marketers are dealing with today.
So why all the panic? Well, it's because the very foundation of how we get seen online is shaking. And to really get how big this change is, let's do a super quick refresh on the game we've all been playing for years, search engine optimization, or, SEO. The whole goal of traditional SEO was always crystal clear, right? Get your page to the top of Google so someone would click your link. It was this whole game of finding the right keywords, building authority with backlinks, and making sure a crawler could understand your site. It was all about winning that click. But these new kids on the block, they don't play by those rules. Researchers are starting to call them generative engines. And here's the key difference. These new engines don't just crawl your content, they synthesize it. And that is a huge, huge distinction.
So, what exactly is a generative engine? Well, think of it like this. It's a system that takes your question, zips around the internet pulling info from a bunch of different websites, and then uses a large language model to write a totally new summarized answer for you, right there on the results page.
In this diagram here, it shows you exactly how that works. A user asks something, the engine then kicks into gear, using different models to figure out what you mean, find the best sources, pull out the key info, and then actually write a direct answer. It's basically doing all the reading and summarizing for you, which is, well, it's a complete game changer.
And this is the bottom line. This is the part that matters most. The user gets a finished answer, not a to-do list of links to click. By solving their problem right on the spot, the engine pretty much eliminates the need to ever visit the original websites, and that is a direct threat to the traffic so many businesses depend on.
Okay, so if the game has changed, we're going to need a new playbook. And that's where this new field is starting to pop up, pioneered by academic researchers, actually. It's called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO for short. It's the new set of rules for this new age of search.
And this table just lays out the shift perfectly. With old school SEO, your goal was rankings and clicks. But with GEO, or AEO, you'll sometimes see it called Answer Engine Optimization, the goal is clarity, and this is crucial, citations. You're not optimizing for keywords anymore. You're optimizing for real questions and what the user actually wants. You're not trying to please a robot crawler, you're trying to provide a clear, trustworthy answer.
So how do you actually do this? Well, the research points to a few strategies that are super effective. Adding specific stats and numbers, putting in quotes from credible experts. This isn't just to sound smart, it gives the AI verifiable, citable facts, which is exactly what it's looking for. Making your writing super clear and citing your own sources also signals that you're trustworthy. And those old tricks? Yeah, forget them. The study found that keyword stuffing does pretty much nothing now.
And the reward for learning this new playbook? It's pretty significant. The research showed that by applying these geo methods, a website can boost its visibility in those AI-generated answers by up to 40%. That is a huge advantage.
Let's make this real with an example. So, on the left, someone asks about things to do in New York. The AI gives a generic answer, and a local pizza place is totally buried. But after they optimize their site, maybe they added stats about their locally sourced ingredients or quotes from amazing reviews. Look what happens on the right. That same pizza place is now featured right at the top of the answer. That's geo in action.
Now, I know this all might sound a little intimidating, but this is where the story gets really interesting. This whole shift isn't just a threat. It's actually a massive opportunity for anyone who creates high-quality, genuinely valuable content. And this slide right here shows you exactly why. This data is amazing.
What's incredible is who benefits the most from geo. Get this. The website that was ranked #1 in a traditional search, its visibility actually went down in the AI answer. But now look at the website that was ranked 5th. Its visibility in the AI's answer shot up by over 115%.
You see what this means? It completely levels the playing field. It seems like these generative engines care a lot less about the old signals, like how many backlinks you have or your site's domain authority. What they care about is the quality and the truthfulness of the content itself. This means smaller creators, the ones with fantastic information but maybe not a huge budget, they finally have a real shot to compete with the giants.
So as we head into this new age of answers, the whole challenge is changing. The question we need to be asking ourselves is no longer, how do I climb a list of rankings? The real question, the one that's going to define who wins and who loses over the next decade online, is this: how do I become the source that the AI trusts?
Subscribe and visit trueintel.ai for more insights.